Hello, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Today, for CSC 134, my group, which is me, Wan Ashrul Azim bin Muhammad Azmi, and my group mate, Wan Muhammad Ikram bin Muhammad Ghazali, we will be talking about e-cigarettes. What is e-cigarettes and is it good or bad? Now we will give you a little definition about e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes are also, more commonly known as electronic cigarettes, are a type of vaporizers or electronic nicotine delivery system that are battery operated, mostly lithium based devices that people use to inhale an aerosol, which typically contains nicotine, flavorings, and other chemical substances. Flavorings consist of variety of flavors, from fruity flavors to creamy flavors, and so on. And this device uses a very high electronic power that are powered by the lithium battery that is installed inside the devices. Meanwhile, the flavors that are available, for example, fruity or creamy, all has all consist of many chemical substances. And let's check out what are the substances that they have inside. The chemicals inside e-cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, are so many. For example, nicotine, butanone, acetaldehyde, acetic acid, which are very dangerous to our stomach, aluminium, barium, and so on. And this list goes on and on. On the other hand, there are also advantages of e-cigarettes. For example, they are a very good alternative or are very healthy for smokers to practice quitting smoking by slowly adapting themselves to smoking e-cigarettes. The difference between e-cigarette and the normal cigarette is that e-cigarettes are free of tar, and also we do not need a fire to light them up or to smoke them. So it is very safe in terms of that. Plus, the the scent that comes out from smoking it, the smoke that comes out from smoking it, or the odor that comes out from it, are always pleasant to our noses and to our senses. Just like the fruity flavors, they will excrete from the smoke smells or scents that that smells like strawberries or any fruity based flavors, and also creamy like caramel, vanilla, coffee, and so on. Next, we will go to the disadvantages of e-cigarettes. The disadvantages of e-cigarettes are that they contain nicotine. Nicotine can cause addiction, and once a person is addicted to nicotine, it is hard to get over it. It needs years and years of perseverance or endurance. And other disadvantages of it is that it contains a lot of harmful chemicals stated, like above. On Furthermore, it exposes our lungs that smokes them to different substances. So other than the substances stated above, there are also other substances that may be producers or cooks who cook the flavor. Maybe they put a lot of other different substances that can cause harm to our health or to our lungs. Now we go to the comparison of e-cigarettes and cigarettes. For cigarettes, cigarettes are a small roll of porous paper containing a rod of chopped up tobacco leaf. So cigarettes uses a lot of tobacco. Basically, we burn tobacco and inhale the smoke inside our lungs, and also we will be inhaling all the other substances and chemicals consist inside it. Some of them are carbon monoxide, tar, and so on. A cigarette burns, it releases when a cigarette burns, it releases a dangerous cocktail of over 5,000 different chemicals. Not to mention the scent or the smell that comes out from it. It is very, very bad, and some consider it to be very unpleasant. 70% of smokers may be diagnosed with cancer, according to the World Health Organization. And there are many cases that comes from smoking cigarettes. Mostly are cancerous diseases for our lungs, for our mouth, and also other parts of our bodies. Let's continue with e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes are electronic devices. Are electronic devices that blow vapor out. So instead of smoke, we will be exhaling water vapors in the form of vapors. And e-cigarettes have less chemicals than cigarette. They don't have tar, they don't have carbon monoxide, and some of them even. Comparison of e-cigarettes and cigarettes. Cigarettes are a small roll of porous paper containing a rod of chopped up tobacco leaf, so it uses tobaccos. When a cigarette burns, it releases a dangerous cocktail of over 5,000 different chemicals. Compared to e-cigarettes, on the other hand, the chemicals are much more less. For e-cigarettes, they are electronic devices that blow vapor out. So instead of smoke, we exhale vapors. And there are so many historically proven. There are so many cancerous diseases that are caused by smoking cigarettes. But for e-cigarettes, on the other hand, it seems to be a very good alternative for smokers, and a chance for e-cigarette smokers to get cancer are much more difficult, and the chemicals that consist inside of it does not affect or harm people physically, mentally, as much as the old cigarettes. Thank you very much for today.